Hi, it's Rebecca Mooney from The Bold Encourager. I just wanted to share some camping recipes with you. These are all low budget recipes that anyone can do. I definitely enjoy being outdoors and going camping with my husband, and so we always try to get creative with some new recipes. I highly recommend putting together a kitchen bag so you can go ahead and do a lot more recipes than just campfire recipes. These can also be grilled, so if you don't want to do the camping, you can definitely grill these recipes as well. So I hope you enjoy the video. I hope you like, subscribe, and comment. Thank you. Coffee first, of course. Whenever I go camping, I definitely have to have my coffee. So first, I light my single propane stove. Then I put my kettle on top of that with some water in it, and we'll let that go until it starts to boil. Once it starts boiling, then I'm able to put some of that water into my coffee cup. But then first I have to add a tablespoon of my instant coffee, which is $1 to get. And once I have that in there, of course I add some creamer along with that. Of course I'm one of those people that likes creamer. And then once it's done, I stir it and it's good to go. So the first recipe I'm going to go over is the tortilla roll-up. This is kind of a snack that you can have while you're camping. So take a tortilla, fold it in half, and just make it to where you can split it into 2 pieces. And you can just carefully tear it so it's just 2 even pieces. And then you're going to take the one piece and put a string cheese inside of it and roll it carefully to where it's completely covered so it doesn't come out of the tortilla. And then put a toothpick in there to secure it. And then you're going to want to take another toothpick as well, and that way it's completely secure in there, because the cheese will melt and fall out of the tortilla if you don't. Then of course you're going to take the other half and take the string cheese that you have and wrap that tortilla around the string cheese so that you also will have a second tortilla roll-up to eat. And then of course you want to secure it, so you're going to take another toothpick and then put that in there at the top, as well as take another toothpick and secure it at the bottom. Now you got your 2 tortilla roll-ups, put it over the fire, which you can just have a little grill over it, and you would want to flip it after a few minutes. So it'll take about 6 minutes to cook both of them, 3 minutes on each side, and there you go. Voila! It's delicious, it's yummy, it's easy, and it's cheesy. Next recipe is a breakfast burrito. So you just want to take 2 potatoes and you want to chop those up into little pieces just so they cook nice and evenly when you put them in your pan. So I've cut them all up into little pieces. I now start the propane stove, put the pot over it, put enough oil in it to where it covers all the potatoes when I put them in. You can kind of judge it, and then I make sure that it's hot enough. I put those potatoes in. I cooked it for about 10 minutes and it became pretty golden brown after cooking it for 10 minutes. That's kind of how you want to judge it. If it's this nice color, this nice golden brown, then you know it's ready. You can remove them with a slotted spoon or a slotted spatula. You want to be able to kind of just get all that grease out of the potatoes so it's not too greasy. And then you want to put it on a paper plate so that it catches some more of that grease, so that when it goes in the burrito it's not super greasy. Now you have your 2 propane stoves. I used a griddle because it's a lot easier to cook breakfast foods on the griddle. You don't necessarily need 2 propane stoves. It's a preference thing. You can use definitely just 1 propane stove and put it all in just one little pan if you prefer. In this case, it cooks a lot nicer when you have this griddle, because then you can cook all of the foods that you need kind of the meats and such on the separate side, and then the egg I cooked on the opposite side of the meat just so that the egg wouldn't stick to the meat. And you can really use any kind of meat in this recipe. I chose a brat and some bacon just because I love brats and bacon when I camp. And then I'm just going to cook the egg and the brats nicely until I get it to that nice color. And then I'm just going to cut up this little piece of brat just so it's in little pieces, as well as this bacon into little pieces as well, just so it can go nicely into that burrito. And I'm going to cut up a little bit of cheese just so I have little pieces of it. You can also use shredded cheese, which is a lot easier, but I like Velveeta cheese just because it's nicer and easier, it melts easier. And of course I seasoned it. I then take some of those ingredients and kind of get a good mix of everything. Some potatoes, some brat, some bacon. I wrap it nicely in this burrito. I'm going to wrap it in the tin foil. I use the seasoning of onion powder and garlic powder just because I love that flavor. Once it is in a nice flavoring, and then now you can kind of stir that up. You want to put the other ingredients into the second burrito, and once it's all in there, you just want to make sure you have a little bit of everything as well, just so you can get all those flavors in there. And look how beautiful that looks. It looks so yummy. Just so a lot of times with these kind of ingredients, it's like all the little details that make it taste better. So that's why I kind of like to make sure it's mixed well, and then I'm going to wrap it up into this burrito and also wrap it in the tin foil. Now it's ready to be put over the fire on the grill. And there it is. I cooked the burritos on each side for 3 minutes, so a total of 6 minutes, and look how beautiful it looks in the center of the burrito. So the next recipe is camping nachos. You want to take some chips, put it on the tin foil, then you just want to make sure it fits on that tin foil. You want to take some cheese that I cut up. This is Velveeta cheese, but you can use shredded cheese if you'd like. And then I'm going to take like maybe about a third of or fourth of a can of refried beans, put that in there, and I think, and you can pretty much put whatever ingredients you want with this. Just depends on your liking, but I prefer just a simple recipe just because it's a lot easier and there's less ingredients. It makes less for you have to take when you camp. And then I put some jalapenos on the top because I like some spice. And I wrap it up in the tin foil. And there was so much that I had to add a second piece of tin foil. Now that it's all wrapped up, I put that second piece of tin foil, put it on the fire, and it's ready to go in like about 10 minutes. Look how nice that looks. The last recipe is an apple crumb dessert. So you're going to take 2 apples, and you're going to want to cut those up into little pieces. And with this, I did not peel the apples. You're welcome to do so, but it's not necessary. It just adds to your prepping time, and it just makes it a little bit more time consuming for you. So not necessary to peel the apples. I just went ahead and cut them up into little pieces. And of course you're going to cut the second apple up. And you're going to take 2 tablespoons of butter to add to the apple mixture. Please refer to the screen for the apple mixture ingredients. Once those pieces of butter are cut up nicely, you want them to sit out for a little bit so they melt and mix nicely into the apple mixture. Put it in there. Then you're going to take 4 tablespoons of butter, add them to the crumb mixture. Take the crumb mixture, put it in the bowl, have the cut up butter, put it in the crumb mixture. Mix it nicely, and then you're going to take it and kind of smush it in there. Then take a piece of tin foil and put it on the bottom of the tin foil. Take half of the ingredients though. so you can make two, and then take half of the apple mixture and put it on top of the crumb mixture. Now you're going to wrap that foil up nicely so that it fits in there securely. And these, there you got two of these, and you put it on the fire for about 8 minutes, stir it up a little bit, and then wrap it up, put it back on the fire for another 8 minutes, so total 16 minutes, and you can serve with some whipped cream or ice cream. It is yummy.